The human rights defender of Armenia has obtained 2 videos as well as photo evidence showing members of the Azerbaijani army humiliating Armenian POWs, then brutally killing them. These videos have been widely spread by Azerbaijani sources targeting children and the elderly. The Azerbaijani Defense Ministry released a statement denying any relation to its military. However, the videos have been duly documented, being undeniable war crime evidence. In the meantime, Armenian doctors have operated on an Azerbaijani soldier who was captured by the Artsakh Defense Army. The footage of this POW being in a medical facility where he is receiving treatment has been posted on infoteka24.ru. Meanwhile, one civilian was killed Thursday in Karabakh's Martuni region as Azerbaijan continues to violate the humanitarian ceasefire and targets the civilian population. According to Armenia's defense ministry, it was relatively stable during the night in Artsakh. However, fierce fighting continued in the northern direction Friday afternoon. Also, the ministry dismissed the Azerbaijani fake news on missiles fired at Nakhichevan, noting that no missiles were fired. In addition, a video has been published on how the Armenian armed forces are destroying the adversary's military equipment and strongholds. The Artsakh Defense Army has reported more casualties as its death toll has now exceeded 600. Armenia's defense minister reaffirms that the Armenian armed forces and the Artsakh Defense Army are ready to observe the terms of the humanitarian ceasefire as well as to apply the agreed ceasefire monitoring arrangements. Armenia's defense ministry also urged the international community, in particular the OSCE Minsk Group co-chairs, to address directly in their statements and appeals to the side of the conflict which by various means avoids establishing a ceasefire. The working visit of the Foreign Minister of Greece to Armenia has commenced. Foreign Minister Nikos Dendias held a joint press conference with his Armenian counterpart Zohrab Manasaganian. According to Dendias, the development of the situation in the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict zone is being closely monitored in Athens. Ankara's behavior raises serious concerns, and Turkey should be judged by actions, not by words. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo expressed hope that the Armenians will be able to defend against what the Azerbaijanis are doing. His remarks came in an interview to the Eric Erickson show on WSB Atlanta. The resolution of that conflict ought to be done through negotiation and peaceful discussions, not through armed conflict, and certainly not with third-party countries coming in to lend their firepower to what is already a powder keg of a situation, Pompeo said. Armenia's Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan gave an interview to Russian host Dmitry Kiselyov and spoke about compromises on the Karabakh conflict. According to him, there's a boundary on compromises. The most famous initiative is the Kazan Initiative, when Armenia was ready for a concrete compromise, but Azerbaijan refused to sign these agreements because it did not want to accept the right of the people of Nagorno-Karabakh, the Armenians of Nagorno-Karabakh, to self-determination. And the right of the people of Nagorno-Karabakh to self-determination is a border for us, of course a red line that we cannot cross, Pashinyan noted. Armenia's Foreign Minister Zohrab Manasaganian on Thursday had a phone talk with the Collective Security Treaty Organization, the CSTO Secretary General Stanislav Zas. The minister highlighted the inadmissibility of provocative encroachments of the Azerbaijani armed forces on the sovereign territory of Armenia. According to him, the Armenian political leadership always assesses the military situation and the steps arising from it, also taking into account the possibility of initiating CSTO regulatory processes. The Russian aerospace forces have started destroying the terrorist training camp because of Nagorno-Karabakh. The search for such camps in Idlib, Syria has begun, RV Voenkour reported. Information was received that there was a large camp of illegal armed groups 2 kilometers from Kafir Debin. Aerial reconnaissance began to follow these facilities. In the meantime, Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday discussed with the permanent members of the Security Council the Nagorno-Karabakh issue.